Hey, Todd here. Back in the studio, not on the road this week, back out on the road next week, which is good. And when I was down in San Francisco a week ago, something like that, I talked a little bit about on the video, getting this expansion adapter for my Osmo Pocket 3, which I bring with me everywhere now and use it quite a bit. So I ordered that. I kind of pre-ordered it, I guess. I didn't really realize I had pre-ordered it, but it took like three weeks or a month to get it. But anyway, I've got it now. And before that, I was using, with the Osmo Pocket 3, I really like to use my Rode wireless mics, these guys with it. I know the DJI has their own mic and it works really well. I've just gotten so used to my Rode Wireless Pros that I really like those. And so my accessory adapter that I was using on my Pocket 3 was a rubber band. So I had taken this rubber band, spun it around a couple times, and then I was able to, this is the transmitter for the Wireless Pros, but you know, you'd have your receiver on here. And so I would take this and I would just use the rubber band and it would hook it on there. So that was my expansion adapter that I would use on my Pocket 3, which worked really good. And then you just USB-C to the bottom and it worked really well. I just really like these Rode wireless mics. But anyway, that was my expansion adapter that I used. And now hopefully I don't have to use that anymore. But anyway, the adapter I've got, and I still, since I looked at it in San Francisco, I have not attached it to the Pocket 3 yet. So I've got it out now, and you know, it looks really nice. So we're gonna attach it to the Osmo and see what we can hook up to this with the cold shoe. Now I can just put my Rode wireless mic right onto that guy right there. And it's got a 1/4 screw on the back, which is great. It's got these little flip out things, which I guess if you had some sort of GoPro mount, you could use those. But anyway, we'll look into more detail. But let's get this thing on the Osmo and start playing around with it. So there's a little switch right here, little lever. You just pull down to unlatch it and it opens up like that. And then you just take it and mount it on front here. And you have to kind of slide it a little bit, get it to the right spot so you've got enough clearance to make it turn on and off. If you've got it pushed on too far that way up, you'll see that you can't turn it on. So you just have to make sure you've got it slid down far enough that it turns on. Then just flip it over and you'll see that little guy click into place and you're locked in. Then you've got your cold shoe right there, mount for your 1/4 back there, which I've got this little adapter to put on here to make this go on the top of the camera and the hot shoe on the camera, so it'll be something sitting like that, and I can shoot video while I'm shooting stills. So that'll work really good there. Hopefully it'll work good. And then I've got this little light which will go on here and work for a little light like that, which could be good. And then I've got this massive light that I was thinking that I could mount on here as well and try that. So a couple different things to try now that I've got it all mounted up here and it's on. So let's start messing around with put some accessories on here and seeing how the whole thing works. So far, it's nice metal and it feels really good. And these guys are magnets back here. I'm not quite sure. I mean, I didn't get really any instructions with this thing, but what these magnets would be for. But I did notice when I put this up here or something up there, it was magnetic. So I don't know, they probably have some other accessory that they sell, but I do believe that this would work with a GoPro mount, which I probably have something that we can try to see how that works. But anyway, let's start. I'm going to mount this on the R5 first, I think, and see how that works. I got it mounted on the R5 now, and it looks really good. I mean, I could zoom or crop in to kind of match what I'm shooting 35 wise or still wise, but I've got it a little bit wider than what my field of view is in the camera, and thinking we go outside and shoot this thing and see what it looks like. Start it recording right now and just kind of walk outside down the street and see what we can get outside the studio. It is raining out, so not doing that. Not going out in the rain. Not today. It's kind of cold out too, so stay back in the studio. But this is working really well. Mounts up really nice up here. Looks good. And so far that looks like it's going to work really well. I added the little light on the cold shoe, turned off the overhead lights here in the studio, and seeing how that looks. The light's a little underlit kind of thing, but it seems to be working really well to hold that. And then I've got the receiver for the Rode Wireless Pro on the back on the magnets, which is working great as well. So that's a nice feature. We're going to go to that bigger light now and see how that looks. But this is just a little small little LED light that's working now. I'm going to go to the big light. I've got the bigger light source on the cold shoe, which seems to be better lighting actually, but just to, I can kind of hold the mount where it is, and it gives me the good balance to hold the camera and the light at the same time, which is nice. So this works well also. I don't know if I'd ever bring it with me unless I was on a bigger shoot, but to know that I can mount this up, and I've got still have the receiver for the Wireless Pro on the back, working on the magnets, which is great. So I love that, to be able to still have that cold shoe available. So that's looking at using a couple light sources off to the side. Maybe if I had some other mount that I could somehow get this thing, the light to be on top of the source, on top of the camera. I don't know what I could rig, maybe a little magic arm or something. Might make the light look a little bit better and not so kind of underlit. I don't know. That's just thinking off the top of my head right now. But let's see if we can use that other two little things in the back to GoPro mount something and see how that works. So just a quick look at how I've got things on the cold shoe with this big light on there, and the Wireless Pro receiver on the back, cabled in, working great. I did figure out that these things on the back, these little clips on the back, are definitely for mounting onto a GoPro type situation here. So that works, and then you got your thread to go through right there. So yeah, this would work great on this, or if you've got the some sort of backpack adapter or whatever, you go right there, so that's what those are for. I did learn one thing, that when you're using the Rode microphone and you're going with the magnet, you slide that, there's this little magnet thing that goes right on the clip to make this magnetic, and then it goes right on the back. But if you want to take it off here quickly and go onto the cold shoe, it doesn't fit. You need to take the little magnet thing off so it slides back into the cold shoe. So one little detail there, which you're probably gonna not be a big deal, just throw this thing in your pocket or whatever, and then you can make a quick adjustment to that. So that's really nice. And I'm gonna take this thing off. I hate these little wrist things. They just get in the way and they're dangling, and things get just irritates me. So I'm going to take that off. And you know, you can't use your case that it comes with when you have this thing on. And I really like this case for when I just throw this thing in my pocket. That way I know I'm not jacking up the gimbal up here or the lens or anything. So that's kind of one little negative. You can't, this isn't going to fit with this on. But for what I bought it for, it's exactly what I bought it for. And it's going to work great for all of that. And it's a nice build, metal, so that's really nice. And $39.95 is a great price. You know, it's next to nothing really. And I mean, when you buy things, you want it to be what you want it to do, and this is exactly what I wanted it to do. So yeah, if you want to purchase one, I'll leave it in the description below. A link to that. I think I'm affiliated with them, so I'll put a link down there no matter what, and where you can get this thing. And I'm happy with it. It was worth the $39.95 and the wait. So I've got it now. And like always, I appreciate you watching and subscribing. And till next time, I'm out. One last thing I forgot to mention, I still have some of these ND filters, and with the polarizer that I have 8 extra of these things that I need to sell, need to get rid of. So if you want to buy one from me, $35 for all of them. That includes shipping. Just let me know, put it in, contact me, send me a comment or whatever, find my email, email me. But I still have some of these left to sell. So that's it. Now I'm out.